Big F you going out to Meatloaf today. He blew us off.
He blew us off. Yeah, but it was going between two PR firms, and Roland was dealing with them, and they said it was confirmed, and then they're like, no, we didn't say it was confirmed. Meanwhile, we've had it down for today at 8 o'clock, and Roland said they absolutely confirmed it, and we had advanced copies of his movie.
Yeah.
So why do you give out advanced copies? I don't know these people. I'll tell you who the people are. One of them is from Murphy PR, John Murphy from Murphy PR. I don't know if he's right or wrong. And there's a Marley Wilson from Vroom PR. Maybe people have dealt with them and they know. I don't know. I have no idea. If any of you know either one of these guys and know if they're legit, maybe they are.
We're just sick of being lied to.
Tired of it.
It's just amazing.
And
people love lying to this program.
Oh, yeah.
The bottom line is, and then the answer is, well, he's not doing any press today.
Oh,
so today
really?
was never an okay thing.
But he was doing press. They asked us if we want Meatloaf. So what happened between us saying, yes, we want Meatloaf, and today where he's not coming on the show?
He probably... see, the thing is, originally I didn't fault him. I'm like, you know what? It happens. The artist doesn't always get the message. But now, I know the managers and stuff know that we have been promoting this and all that stuff, and they're still douching us, and he's not coming on. So that's why I feel comfortable attacking him as well, because he could have come on, and he just doesn't want to. He wants to probably stay in bed, and instead of coming on and promoting his completely average documentary.
Well, screw him.
This is not exactly Katrina you're covering.
Why is his documentary average? That's wonderful, because I didn't even bother watching.
Why would you? I don't know, because it's about a man in his late 50s.
Yeah.
This is the whole thing. It's about him on tour, and 2007. Because we've all wanted to know, what is Meatloaf like on tour? And it's about him because he does Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, and he acts it out. He acts it out on stage with a much younger dancer, a singer, she's a very good singer. In fairness to her, her name is Aspen. And
how much money did that cost him?
Believe me, it had to be a lot.
$80,000 over the course of 10 years, I believe.
The critics brutalized him and how awful it looked, and she looked like a little kid, and he just looked gross. It's so funny just to watch this fat idiot falling apart at the seams, trying to act like the critic reviews don't bother him, and then he's like, the big mystery is, what's he gonna do? Is he gonna fix it? How is he gonna fix it? Because he has 8 shows before they film the DVD.
Oh no! Now what does he do? Eat?
I'll tell you what he does. Save yourself the money. He decides to put on the wig like the old days, and then make it like it's a retro.
Oh no, he doesn't.
Yeah. So that's what this guy does. He puts on a wig, and the whole Meatloaf band has to go out there in Halloween costumes and pretend it's the 70s. And so he's kind of like reenacting the video. You remember the famous video of him in the tuxedo?
Oh, of course. Who could forget?
Yeah, it was just a moment. And they reenact that. And then there's one point, because they can't do the kissing, it's just too disgusting.
Yeah.
Where he has to just put his arm around her, and they both have to stand there and look at the screen. It's horrendous.
Oh, wow.
That's what your idea of compromising and making this palatable to critics is?
Maybe that's why he's not coming on the show today, because the reviews are just getting really, really bad, and he's embarrassed.
Well, that was the live show. I don't even know what
knows?
the reviews of the documentary are. But he was a real dick to the guys who were filming him. It was really... I had a bunch of questions for him. I was so annoyed.
Yeah.
Questions.
I see a whole list of questions for Meatloaf, Jimmy.
Yes.
What's on that sheet?
Well, I may have allowed it to annoy me a little bit, so forgive me.
Okay.
But I felt, why can't I ask my Meatloaf questions?
Yeah.
I had 10 questions I was going to ask Meatloaf, but I amended them slightly when my mood altered.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
The original one question was it uncomfortable being filmed? You seem to have a terse relationship with the camera crew. I decided I'd change that a little bit. Why were you such an incredible douche to the poor slob who drew the short straw and got stuck filming you? That might have been my bitterness creeping in. I don't know. Yeah. The next question was, I was amazed at how hands-on you were with the stage production. Has experience taught you that the only way to get things done is to pay close attention to every detail?
Well, very nice. That's a good question.
Yeah. I kind of amended it, though. What bothers you more? The fact that you're a monumentally charmless control freak, or the fact that all your attention and focus adds up to mediocrity? And this is the thing, 'cause this is kind of charming. He goes on stage with a jersey of the local sports team every time he goes. In every city you played, I noticed you wore the jersey of the local team. You a big sports fan? That was the question he was going to get. And 3A would be, have you always resorted to such groveling, wormy tactics to win over an audience, or just since you lost your voice?
Oh, wow. Oh, wow.
What a dick! I love it.
It's just the original questions.
Jimmy calls me yesterday as I'm outside. We're a weird show, man. I'm outside Elliot Spitzer's apartment, part of the media frenzy, just taking it all in. My phone's ringing, and it's Jimmy. I'm like, hey, Jimmy, what's up? He's like, we have to just beat the hell out of Meatloaf tomorrow on our show. I'm like, yeah, that's cool. No, you don't understand. I'm writing questions. I'm ready for this one.
I was so irritated.
It got 1 star, by the way, this In Search of Paradise.
Good. That was generous. And there's one scene where Meatloaf is looking, because what he does is he's very ritualistic, as a lot of artists are.
Sure.
And he goes over the night before's performance, like on the CD, and he listens to it, and I guess that tells him what he did right and wrong. You know, it's a whole thing with this artist. But apparently in the hotels, one of the maids accidentally threw out the CDs. Oh, God.
Oh, wow.
Talk about the tension building. So I wanted to say, in one of the hotels, the maids were cleaning your room and threw out a recording of the previous night's concert.
Wow.
Were you able to recover that CD at all? Because I'd like to know.
A little mystery, nice.
A little mystery.
Yeah.
I again, maybe bitterness crept in. 4A. Did it ever occur to you that the maid who threw out the CD did so after listening to it for 5 minutes? Now, this is the problem with the concert, is that the acting out of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights, the critics were killing them for it. So I said, many critics felt like the acting out of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights was inappropriate due to the age difference between you and the girl. Did you get any sense of that from the audience? Which I think is a legit question.
Course, sure.
5A. Your acted out rendition of Paradise by the Dashboard Lights was the most embarrassing, campy piece of garbage I've ever seen. Not to mention, you look like a bloated suburban dad trying to recapture his youth while making one of his daughter's friends uncomfortable. The critics justifiably crucified you for this. Comment?
Comment?
Jimmy, you got to do more writing for the Opie and Anthony show. This is wonderful.
Well, and this is one I've always been curious about, number 7.
All right.
Now, I've heard that you got your name because your father called you meat as a derogatory reference to your weight, and years later, one of your coaches called you loaf. Now, is that true, or have I been spending a little too much time around the rumor mill?
Regular joke question, kind of.
I felt like shortening that in my pithy mood. Is it true that people call you Meatloaf because you've only written 3 good songs since 1974?
I love
I felt that was just a little easier.
Yeah.
Just a couple more. There's a montage of you complaining about all your... Meatloaf, this is kind of charming. He's got like a lot of ailments and things that drive him, batty.
Yeah.
Sure. And there's a montage of him complaining. So I wanted to ask him, there's a montage of you complaining about all your ailments. Have you always been a bit of a hypochondriac? Yeah, I'm hoping that wouldn't be a bit much for him. And then I amended that to, I always knew you were fat, but I never realized you were such a whiny jerk-off. Does that tend to annoy everyone around you and cause them to hate your guts? And 2 more for the meat. I don't want to give it away, but to silence the critics, you came up with a pretty ingenious way to perform Paradise by the Dashboard Lights that would be comfortable for the critics and yet enjoyable for your audience. Did you find yourself getting more favorable reviews after that?
Nice, yeah, sure.
9A. Since you apparently have the artistic integrity of a child pornographer, you allowed a few bad reviews to force you to change your douchey presentation of a song we're all tired of anyway. So you made the band dress in 1970s clothes while you humiliated yourself by putting on a girl's wig and a tuxedo so you'd look less like a pederast and more like you were paying tribute to a 30-year-old music video. Did this blind the critics to the awfulness of you acting out this song and garner you good reviews? or do they continue bashing you for not only being campy, but for being a sellout whore as well? That was a little wordy, but
effective.
Yeah, but we get the point.
And the last one.
All right.
Number 10, a real sexy part of your stage show is when you get to kiss the lovely Aspen Miller. She's the girl.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Va va voom. Despite the age difference, any sparks flying between you two?
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
And how many times did Aspen Miller threaten to walk off the tour unless you doubled her salary? And after one of your big kissing scenes, did you ever notice her backstage crying and scrubbing her mouth out with a toilet brush? Just a few questions I'd like to ask the meat.
I wish he would have
Look at the picture.
shown up.
Yeah, look at the picture of him
Oh, my God.
in his dad jersey.
Like Dad
Yes.
going to the high school football game to
It's-
root on his son, and Dad is flirting with the cheerleader,
Just with that
underage cheerleader.
stupid. He looks like every radio sports guy.
Yeah.
And he's got to stand there and sing, and we were barely 17, and we were barely dressed.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
she looks 17.
Well, she's barely 17, and he's barely holding on to the 50s.
Ooh.
Yeah, he's like 57 years
Is
old.
he 57? Hey, we got to get that picture up on onaradio.com because it is downright creepy. Hey, John from
there we
Virginia
go.
writes, guys, try to find the audio Meatloaf performing I'll Do Anything for Love on the Today Show. It's horrendous. And then Stephen S. from Bayshore, what happened between the booking of Meatloaf? Hold on, I lost him. What happened between booking Meatloaf and today? 3 words. Baby, diaper, mustache.
Really?
Nah, I think that he just probably wants to stay in bed and doesn't want to get up. And his managers, instead, I'm sure that they know about what's happening and the fact that he was promoted all day or for a week and he's still douching us.
Yeah.
And again, it's the PR firm. I gave you the names. Maybe some of you know those people. I don't know what happened.
Right.
But if any of you have dealt with them, maybe you could ask them what's going on. I have no idea.
That is the creepiest picture.
Yeah, we'll get this
Yeah, it
up.
looks like Tom Arnold.
Yeah.
It's like a big fat Tom Arnold just singing with a girl who needs a gig. And she's really attractive, but watching them, like their little groping, it's like he's using it as an excuse, it looks like, just to kind of put his hands on a younger woman so his wife doesn't smash him in the face. It's really uncomfortable.
Who's singing
to watch.
backup for them? Chris Hansen? Should be.
It is really creepy, and one star is a gift.
Very good, Jimmy. We were ready for the Meatloaf interview today, too. We had all sorts of production
Oh.
we did, and we're actually like working on this radio show again.
Are we?
It's quite terrific. Yeah.
We should, because we do go into the production studio.
Yeah.
And we promote
Yes.
the guests.
Yes.
That are going to show up, and a lot of times they haven't shown up.
Yeah.
So we should just start promoting huge stars
Sure.
that won't show up.
That's a very good idea.
I mean, why not? Hey, catch the Opie and Anthony show tomorrow when we have whoever.
I'm hearing tomorrow we got Barack Obama. All you have to do is say,
okay.
I'm hearing.
I'm hearing. Yeah. Word is.
Word on the street.
Yeah. Ugh.
Oh, my God. They're kissing, Jimmy.
This
Yeah.
is so bad. Look at the size of his head compared to her.
It looks like a wildebeest kissing a hot chick. It's uncomfortable.
It is.
Why is Tim Sabian kissing that young girl?
Oh, no.
A little inside, but a few people out there are laughing.
It's uncomfortable. If he had if he was an artist, he would have made, because it is extraordinarily campy.
Yeah.
And you can't watch it without going, ugh. He would have had like a big monster chasing him around and made it funny instead of vainly attempting to capture some sex appeal or some kind of
30
relevance.
years ago.
Yeah.
Ugh.
And for Meatloaf, talking about this scene that we're grossed out by, we did a little something with it for our big Meatloaf interview today.
Here he comes. Squeeze play is going to be close. Here's the throw. Here's the play at the plate. Holy cow, I think he's going to make it.
Stop right there. I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away and will you make me your wife? Do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away and will you make me your wife? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever?
Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. And I'll give you my answer in the morning. Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll give you my answer in the morning. Let me sleep on it. Baby, baby, let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. I'll give you my answer in the morning.
Ning.
That's actually sexier and less creepy than what he did in the movie.
Yeah.
Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away and will you make me your wife? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me? Will you love me forever?
Looks like
What's it gonna be, boy? Come on! I can wait all night.
Ew,
What's it gonna be, boy? Yes or no? What's it gonna be, boy? Yes or no?
Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. Let me sleep on it. You answer in the morning.
I gotta know right now, do you love me? Will you love me forever? Do you need me? Will you never leave me? Will you make me so happy for the rest of my life? Will you take me away and will you make me your wife? I gotta know right now. Before we go any further, do you love me and will you love me forever?
Goodness gracious! Of all the dramatic things I've ever seen.
Let me sleep on it.
Will you love me forever?
I couldn't take it any longer. Lord, I was crazed, and then the feeling came upon me like a tidal wave. I started swearing to my God and on my mother's grave that I would love you to the end of time. I swore that I would love you till the end of time. So now I'm praying for the end of time.
No sense
Hurry
of
up and arrive.
music.
Cause if I gotta spend another minute with you, I don't think I can really survive. I'll never break my promise or forget my vows, but God only knows I can do it right now. Praying to the end of time, all I can do. Praying for the end of time, I can end my time with you. Going far
It never
away.
felt so good, it
Much
never
better
felt so
than it
right,
was
and we're all
today.
glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. It never felt so good, it never felt so right, and we're all glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. It never felt so good, it never felt so right, and we're all glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife. It never felt so good, it never felt so right, and we're all glowing like the metal on the edge of a knife.
So much better than it was today.
All right, let me do it again.
Again? What? Did he think he was going to get a better take?
I don't know. I love the enthusiasm of Club Soda Carry. He jumps right into his role. Steve, though.
Oh, and like the metal on the edge of a knife.
We had him do another one. This one's a lot shorter, but you know that wolf thing, that Meatloaf. I forgot the name of the song, but I guess he was trying to get another Paradise by the
I
Dashboard
think it was
Lights
took
thing.
the words right out of my mouth.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we had
Something like
the
that.
boys do the beginning of that. This is a lot shorter.
On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Will he offer me his mouth?
Yes.
Will he offer me his teeth?
Yes.
Will he offer me his jaw?
Yes.
Will he offer me his hunger?
Yes.
Again, will he offer me his hunger?
Yes.
And does he love me?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes. On a hot summer night, would you offer your throat to the wolf with the red roses?
Yes.
I bet you say that to all the boys.
That's all you need.
God.
How awful is that? We also were turned on to some more awful Meatloaf audio. This is a quickie.
Oh, beautiful.
Might be a good way to start the show, and then we'll move
Absolutely.
on to more Bob Kelly audio. We got Bob Kelly acting that we got to get to.
From Meatloaf to Meathead.
Get it?
Bob,
Get it?
call me a kidder.
Meatloaf, one of the listeners turned us on to this. He kind of stood us up today.
Not kind of. That fucking fuck him and fuck those fucking PR people that fucking douched us. I couldn't say that on CBS that way, but fuck
course not.
them.
fuck him in the shitter.
Motherfuckers.
What happened?
We were kind of doing him a favor too. That's.
He did this dog shit documentary, this fucking tedious nonsense. The big thing was the camera crews were watching him because he was going to be doing a DVD in Canada. It's a whole who gives a fuck
big
thing.
build up to his big DVD.
Who gave a shit? And the critics were attacking him because he does this fucking campy Paradise by the Dashboard Lights reenactment with the girl who's way too young to be doing it with. And it's just gross. And it's embarrassing. And it's like, dude, you're trying to be like fucking, what are you doing? You're wearing a football jersey. You look like an asshole. He looked like a fucking asshole.
Was he in today? Did he
no,
come
he was
in?
supposed to come in today. We were going to talk about his. I'm kind of glad he didn't, because what would I have said about this?
I'm looking. No, just show Bob Kelly and Rich Voss the pictures because, Meatloaf ages like a motherfucker and the girl has stayed the same age. What happened?
Nothing. It's just it's E-Rock had pulled those pictures up, right?
Yeah.
I'll find because I need the name of the girl. So
Yeah.
Her name is.
What are we laughing
Aspen
at? I'm
Miller.
confused.
No, I was
Aspen
laughing because
Miller.
Dan was like E-Rock picked those up, those pictures. It's hard to find the pictures.
She's really a pretty girl, and she's a great singer. But it was a whole gives a shit thing. And Meatloaf just comes off looking like a hypochondriac and a fucking prima donna.
But now that he's 60 or close to 60,
He's almost 60.
The chick should be about 30. It's still
30? She should be in her 50s.
Well, but I'm being polite. I mean, the girl he's using is barely 20.
What's the matter? Why'd you hire this chick? Wasn't fucking B. Arthur available? You asshole. You fucking pompous asshole mistreating your camera crew. That fucking shitty Who Cares documentary. Oh, what's going to happen? Will he quiet the critics? Don't waste your money. He quiets them by putting on a fucking wig. It's so embarrassing. He has to wear a wig so it looks like a retro tribute to that shitty fucking tuxedo video he did in the 1970s.
Which it still probably doesn't look like because he's just a slob. And
Of course he is. And he has hair like Valerie Bertinelli in it. And
the wig.
it's fucking horrendous. Look at that. It looks like John Candy right before he died.
Oh, look at the size of him.
He has the balls.
dumb
to
nigger.
wear-
Looks like Nathan Two Lanes.
He's wearing a vest. He's got a buttoned vest on.
Holy shit. Hey, it's fucking Hitchcock singing to a hot chick. What the fuck? And
These pictures aren't as bad because those are a little older.
no, you got to see.
You
what
got to
the
see the new one where he looks like your dad in a football jersey.
He's wearing the sports jersey, like that groveling fucking move every place they go. There it is. Look at this one.
Oh,
Look at
this one is the best one.
Here it is.
the collared shirt under a sports jersey.
Look, she's still the same age from the 70s, and he's pushing 60.
It's fucking horrendous.
Got a stupid football jersey on.
Oh, just what
What's
a
he doing?
Just dad going to the
Look
high
at
school
that.
game.
look at him.
Holy
look
shit.
at that fucking Tom Arnold creep with his awful pants. His fucking what kind of fucking rock star wears a fucking Chargers jersey with a collared shirt outside of it? You jizz bucket.
And she looks like Punky Brewster.
The little white boots.
Kind of hot.
She's very
A
sexy.
hot Punky Brewster.
She's sexy, but they have to do a little makeout, and it creeped people out
Yeah.
so badly. Their fucking campy, awful reenactment.
It's like a father yelling at his daughter
That
now
is
instead
exactly what it looks like.
of instead of
Why
the
he makes
hot
out with
thing.
her?
Yeah, but it's just gross and uncomfortable.
with her Dorothy Hamill hair.
Oh, Jesus.
And they had to do a kiss, but the critics trashed him so bad. Mm-hmm. That
Oh God, this is it.
wait,
Here it is. Oh.
look at that! Look at his sweaty head. His breath is probably awful because he's been fucking drinking Red Bull and singing. Fucking old man breath.
Red Bull and
medicine
cheese
breath.
sandwiches.
Meatloaf again?
Yeah.
His breath like Tums. Fucking old antacid breath. Fucking rotten, sweaty brow. Oh, as he gives me the fucking
He's
creep.
just sweating all over that.
I'm happy. I think we're turning the corner here because for a while we were worried about trashing people because we're trying to get more guests on our show. But at this point, you got to say fuck them.
And
He looks like he just walked out of OTB before he kissed her, just beaten down, fat old man.
it's it looks like Colin Quinn making out with a chick.
Yeah.
And fucking here's the people.
You know,
And good not to fucking have him come on a nationally syndicated radio show that's on in 2 countries and replays. You fucking dummies. You fucking dumb motherfuckers.
And what was the excuse why I didn't come on? Can I ask?
Well, there was a scheduling glitch. He was never technically confirmed. Really? Is that why you gave us 2 copies of the movie, you shit dicks?
2 copies of it. We promoted it.
We promoted that he was coming in, And then they go, no, he was never really confirmed for today. Turns out he's not doing any press for today. They say he's got meetings all day. Really? At 8 in the morning he has meetings? Do you think I'm a fucking dummy?
Well, yeah, but he doesn't have meetings.
Yeah, with the district attorney.
Why would I ask that? Why would I ask that?
So where were you?
And I called John Murphy yesterday myself because I'm like, we always beat these guys up. We never talk to them. And he's like, oh, no, it was never confirmed. And
Oh, you talked to John Murphy?
yes, I did. And I'm like, well, just so you know, we're going to deal with it on the air tomorrow. He goes, I know you're bummed. I go, no, we're not bummed. We're furious.
We've had it.
We've had
Tired of
it.
being shit on.
We're tired of it.
Especially a meatloaf-sized shit.
I know.
He's giant.
Exactly.
Dinosaur.
Fucking big, giant, thick, like a fire plug log.
It's pathetic that we were blown off by Meatloaf.
Especially since he didn't if he turned up on Regis.
We thought it might be a good little thing to check out.
I'm sure he'd be a good interview. The guy was at the Parkland Memorial Hospital when fucking Jackie got out of the car.
Yeah.
He saw Governor Connolly get out of the car.
In Dallas?
Yes.
What was he doing down there?
He lived down there. He's from Dallas.
And he was in the hospital
Yes.
doing what?
Hopefully
Getting
he was in
a
a book
stomach
depository.
stapling?
Yeah, it's a book depository. Like a fucking cockroach eating the glue that holds the books together. Fucking. And it annoys me. The only reason I attacked him so hard today is because his people knew, by the way, that we had been promoting this. It got back to his people, and they still didn't have him come on. So fuck him and fuck them. As a performer, if I knew a national radio show had promoted me and stuff like that, and there was a mix-up, that was because of the fucking cocksucker PR people who don't give a fuck. They'll just overbook them and then go, oh, sorry, and they'll cut out what they think is the weakest link. So sorry you consider the Opie and Anthony show the weakest link, you fucks.
Yeah.
Fucking liars.
Let's all just fuck meat now.
Ooh. Fuck a meatloaf.
Fuck meat.
That's it. We'll make a meatloaf,
Let's just
drill
get
a
some
hole
meat
in it.
and just start fucking it and send the pictures to them.
The first time I fucked meat.
This was sent in by a listener, Meatloaf on the Today Show. First 30 seconds, whatever, but it's the end of I Would Do Anything for Love. Listen to the weirdness in his voice.
He went from his song to backup on his song.
What the fuck was that?
Jimmy, I got to ask you something. Josh from Rochester. Oops, I just accidentally attached a photo of a gaping ass with a pile of dicks in it to John Murphy. I was just trying to send an inquiry as to why Meatloaf couldn't come on the show. Could you apologize on air for me so no one else makes this mistake?
Yeah.
That would be bad, right, Jimmy?
Yo, yeah,
We
absolutely.
apologize for that.
I think these publicists, they need to realize that we have a huge, faithful audience. And then maybe we won't be blown off as much as we are.
No, nothing. This is my questions before. The questions I asked before, I was just wondering if the people in Pal Talk had to listen to those questions and thought they were funny.
Okay.
Yeah.
Back to the ending of I Would Do Anything for Love.
Sooner or later, you'll be screwing around.
I won't do that. No, I won't do that.
It's like the Roman Polanski story.
Love. Oh, I would do anything. For love, but I won't do that. No, I won't do that.
The girl is hot. That's Spitzer's song to his wife today.
He's wearing a vest and a big dumb scarf. Stop those fucking jowls from flopping outdoors.
She should get an Academy Award for the acting she was doing on that stage. Oh, my God. She's looking in his eyes with lust. Are you kidding me? Here we go. We got more Meatloaf from an A&E special that E-Rock found. Oof. We're obsessed with Meatloaf today. More bad singing. Because he's a...
This is great.
Hold on.
And then you took the words right out of my mouth.
And put the food right in.
Took the vocal cords out of your mouth, too.
Took the nodes right out of my throat.
What happened?
He sounds like me in the shower.
He's not hitting the nose though flat.
That is awful. He obviously didn't take the muffin out of his mouth.
He does sound like a tranny's peeing in his mouth.
If only his belly was as flat as what's coming out of his mouth.
Took the words right out of my mouth.
Oh, that's stupid.
Must have been against me. Took the words right out of my mouth.
He looks and sings like Big A now.
And then you
2
got...
out of...